Hey everyone, Tarryn the Traveling Trainer here, and as I'm recording this, it is Tuesday, March 17th. Happy St. Patrick's Day, and unfortunately for most of us out there with this COVID-19 phenomenon that's known as a global pandemic to us, I wish that I could say that let's celebrate and have a happy day today. But unfortunately, that is not the case. If you're getting this video from me right now, I'm going to be creating this playlist. So I want to preface this first and foremost that this will be the only video that I directly send to you going forwards from here. I don't want to inundate you with junk mail. If you see this as junk and you don't want to watch this, that's totally fine. I'm cool with that. This is going to be the very first video of a playlist that I foresee creating building around this pandemic known as COVID-19, aka the coronavirus. And the reason why I'm doing this, there's a lot of reasons, but mainly I want to speak to my very important personal training clients. You, that's right, the clients that I train. As a business person, you're the most important people to me right now. And with Go Tarryn Personal Training, there was a reason why you're training with me, why we've been training for however long we have, if you're watching me right now. Many of you for many years, which I'm grateful for, obviously. And again, across the board, each and every one of you as my clients, you are very important to me. So that's why I want to kind of address what's going on right now from my business as a small business person in my perspective too. So first of all, I wanted to hope that if you're watching me right now, that I want to bring some value to this, as some of us can't even meet each other, obviously. So again, as I mentioned just a few moments ago, I'm not going to send you any more videos with emails attached to them as I've done with this one as a link. If you want to watch the videos going forward, I encourage you to go ahead and click that subscribe button that's uploaded with this video on my YouTube channel, Go Tarryn TV. You're more than welcome to do that, and again, I'll have this dedicated as a playlist because I'm going to have more content that hopefully, like I said, will bring some type of helpful information or value to you, again, if you're watching this. If you're not interested, great. Turn me off right now. Stop it. Don't subscribe. And again, you're not going to hear from me on these video updates because the point of it is I wanted to first throw out the first opportunity and give the option to you if you want to hear from me. If you don't, some of you may say, hey, I get a break from Tarryn the Traveling Trainer for a couple weeks. I'm not going to be offended. All kidding aside, though, I wanted to speak first to my clients because, again, that's who is most important to me right now at this very moment as I'm recording this, as I'm juggling a lot of things. I'm sure that other small business owners are doing the same thing in terms of trying to figure out, okay, what do we do right now? Where do we go from here? And that's the point of me not wanting to inundate your email inbox because I'm sure you're hearing from a whole bunch of other people and a whole bunch of other companies and much more important people than me. And I respect that. So as far as my little modest video that I'm going to be doing, again, I'm trying not to drag these out. I'm going to hopefully keep these as short as possible, and that way I can jam-pack as much information in as possible. Now, again, speaking to my clients, last week when this whole thing happened, I did send an email to the majority of my clients that I train at the Family Life Center in Buckhead. So the reason why I bring that up is because that is where the majority of my business is run. The Family Life Center, as you probably, I'm sure, know by now, is closed, hopefully temporarily. The return open date that I believe that they're aiming for would be Monday, March 30th. In a perfect world, in a best case scenario, I hope that on Monday, March 30th, that place will reopen so that way you and I can get back on our training there at that location. Do I personally believe that's going to happen? No. I honestly think that it's probably going to go out a little further, and that's again just from the little information I know. I'm not going to spend time on this video to tell you about tips and suggestions of what I think you should be doing right now. I'm not the authority to speak on that. And again, there's plenty of, as you can tell, news media and what have you to be able to get that information from. We're the CDC, the World Health Organization, much smarter people out there, medical doctors and such. Let's go ahead and rely on them. What I want to do as a businessman and as your friend right now is offer a few things. Number one, I know that the majority of you are currently still training with me. I'm grateful for that. Thank you. And there's many options that we can do that, as we know. One of them being that we can always train outside at the Family Life Center, there at the courtyard. Some of you have taken me up on this option, As you know, I profess that I give you value in terms of the best workout possible that we can have. I bring the equipment in that case scenario. So option one, courtyard, family life center. I've got a whole ton of equipment. And again, most of you already know this if you've already experienced my workouts outside with me, and provided good weather, of course, that we're not poured on or rained on. Good thing is we're coming on in decent weather here where it's not too cold or too hot in the springtime weather. So that's a plus. We're talking bands, we're talking dumbbells, we're talking free weights, we're talking medicine balls, we're talking the TRX, mat, wheel, we're talking about floor exercises, suspension training, functional fitness, movements on the ball, movements with plyometrics, kinetic movements, ballistic drills, calisthenics, aerobics. I can go on and on. But as I mentioned, there are plenty of options that we have to where you will get your effective workout with Tarryn the Traveling Trainer, with that being one of the options. Another option, I can come to you. That's how I started Go Tarryn, by the way. I was known as the Traveling Trainer. Over the years, as you know, I've kind of condensed down to being more centralized in Buckhead. But if you live in Buckhead or close to it, as you know, I will come to you. And so all we need is space, whether that's inside the home or outside the home. Either way, whatever's better for you. Again, I can bring my equipment, which always stays in my car, or when I come to you, if you've got your own equipment, great. We'll go in your house, we'll go in whatever, a dedicated space, an area where we can get our effective workout on. So I think that that is a very viable option. We can certainly do that. And I encourage us to explore those options and see if we can go about doing that. Option number three, there are plenty of parks around in Buckhead and in Atlanta. So if there's a park mutually that we want to meet at, tons of opportunities there. I'm not going to name them all, but you know where they're at. And again, the closest one to Family Life Center, of course, is the Garden Hills Park. We can use that area. I'm talking we do not need a permit. I don't need liability, licenses, etc. No zoning requirements. So I've looked into this already that, again, this is how I built my business from ground up. I exclusively only started by doing things like this, by going and meeting people at different places such as a park or a playground and working them out. So there you go. Option number four, which I've explored and I've already started with some of my clients, is the video remote training. That's right. I've been doing this with a couple of different people. I'll admit, totally new to me. Very, very fresh and new. And so if we go that route, everybody's got a smartphone. Everybody's got a computer, laptop, iPad, etc. FaceTime, Skype, Zoom. There's plenty of opportunities that we can do that. I've got them all in terms of however you want to do that with me. What that would look like is kind of like right now you see me. You would be at the comfort of your own home or wherever, and I would literally be able to manipulate and walk you through the different exercises through a program, through that, whatever, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, 1 hour, together as we're working out together. I'll be able to critique and watch your form. It'll almost be like I'm just right there. And again, as I admit, that's kind of new to me. I'm kind of enjoying this. With some of my clients, I've been able to watch them and, again, evaluate while they're working out and literally be, quote, there and be able to literally just watch them and say, good job, great, hey, wait, watch the form on the legs, hey, sit back a little bit, get down on the floor, do it this way. And I can, again, maneuver and show demonstrating those exercises from my end of the camera here, so to speak. So anyway, I just wanted to throw those out there. Those are several options. Maybe there's more options I'm not speaking of right now that we could think of. But I wanted to give as many options as possible so that way there's not as much interruption with your workout. Now, having said that, none of those options work for you. That is totally fine. If you're like, Tarryn, I'm going to take 2 weeks off. I want to do my own thing. I will revisit this in a couple weeks. No problem. Here's what to do. I want you to continue to exercise and work out. Let me say that again and repeat it in case you didn't hear me louder here and clearer. I want you to do this on your own, independently. Okay? If you and I are not meeting, and I'm going to say this loudly, please continue to exercise. Why do I say that? Because many reasons. Number one, the more fit, more shape you are, for me, the better our program is going along. I don't want this to be a hiccup or a roadblock, some type of obstacle to when we come back in a couple weeks, in a month or what have you, and you're just like, I've lost so much ground, I've gained weight. That's not going to happen. If you're watching me right now, that won't happen to you. What you're going to do, I'm throwing the gauntlet down right now. I'm challenging you. If I'm not seeing you, and again, this goes to my clients that I'm still training. This goes without saying. My clients that I'm still training, I know that you're already doing your own workouts and eating healthy and living a good lifestyle. I know you're doing that. Let's face it, during this pandemic, we have been limited and constricted so much. Right now, as I record this, I just heard the president last night saying that he suggested no more than 10 people in a room. We know that a lot of the restaurants are closing. Let's face it, all the gyms are pretty much going to be closed. By the time this video goes up, I don't know of a gym that's going to stay open, to be honest with you. I just, I do part-time work with the YMCA. I just got an email that all of the Metro Atlanta YMCAs are closed as of today. You can't go to a YMCA and work out. So having said that, I know that's a mouthful. Here's what I want you to do. I am challenging you right now. If you are watching me, I want you to be as healthy as possible. Now, of course, being safe as possible, no question about that. I'm not going to sit here and insult your intelligence and teach you how to wash your hands and the importance of hand sanitizers and such. I want you to do your own thing and to do it safely. And if you have questions or you need help, you contact me, you text me, you've all got my contact information, you email me, you call me, what have you, and you get a hold of me and say, Tarryn, I need some help. I need some personalized program until I see you. Great, I'm going to do that for you. Complimentary, no charge. This does not count as a session. I'm going to do the workout and show you what I want you to do. Well, that could be meaning I'm going to challenge you, and again, personal training, right? Individualized. I can't cookie cutter and give you a generalized, here's what you're going to do. I want you to do 3 sets of 15 of this. No, I can't do that to a video that's going out to a whole bunch of people right now. What I can tell you is this. Whatever we were doing, I want you to keep doing it. What does that mean? I want you to, again, continue with your aerobics, walking. It might be hard to get to a swimming pool. I understand that. Many of you have your own machines at home, whether it's Peloton, treadmill, elliptical. Get on that. I'm challenging you to not take a break right now. This does not mean you go on vacation and say, okay, exercise could take a break. I want you to stay on it, please. I'm challenging you. You, right now, if you're watching me, there's a reason why I sent this video to you, okay? And there's a reason why 10, 12 minutes into the recording, you're still watching me for some reason. But all kidding aside, being serious here, I'm challenging you to do your cardio, and I'm throwing down the gauntlet to, say, 4 to 6 days a week of cardio, aerobics, okay? Getting the heart rate up, getting your pulse rate increased, and breathing heavily, and doing it safely, effectively, right? Of course. Also, your strength training, excuse me. A lot of you say, well, how am I going to do that? How in the world can I do strength training without any machines or equipment? Guess what? You know that you can. The beautiful thing, and here goes another endorsement for YouTube and social media, there's so many free options out there to open up YouTube, to open up Amazon or on demand, type in free workout, exercise workout, body weighted exercises, and it's there. Boom. You can literally, and again, if you're watching me right now, I would be very surprised that you don't know what I'm talking about, because many of you, we do this already. I'm talking about maybe some wall push-ups, maybe some push-ups on the floor on your knees. I'm talking about sitting up and down off of a chair and doing some squats. I'm talking about movements laterally and doing some different types of movements on the floor to work that core, whether it's going to be a plank or lying down and do crunches. And you name it. There are things that you can do creatively. I had somebody telling me that they had a gallon of water jug in each arm, and we're doing some oblique side crunches. And I don't know if you could do bicep curls with them. This is the time to be creative, okay? My point is that you can get healthier. You can keep up your workouts as long as you're moving. I don't want anybody out there to get into the black hole of binge watching and Netflix and sitting down, getting on your computer saying, well, I'll just take a break. No, don't do that, okay? You're not going to do that. I want you to keep moving, okay? It's just so important, please. I want you to be as healthy as you can, and that way when we get back together or while we're still working out, you are doing everything effectively that you can to keep your health and wellness up. That's my job. I'm supposed to be ensuring that you're doing that, okay? Now, other things that I wanted to offer at this time, especially this goes out to my clients who might be older, okay? I don't know what the definition of old is these days, but if you feel like you fall into that category, here's where I'm going with that for a second, okay? I have not had problems personally at the grocery stores and shopping and running out of supplies or what have you, okay? I haven't experienced that. If you have a problem getting to the grocery store or to the store for anything you could think of, okay, toilet paper, right? That's the big one. You let me know, and I want to help you out. So again, if I'm watching you, And again, I'm speaking to more of my clients who need me for this, seriously, okay? I'm talking about you don't feel safe getting out there to the grocery store. You feel like you really want to self-quarantine and stay home. You feel like you just, for whatever reason, it doesn't matter, okay? You can't get to the grocery store. You can't call the grocery store to bring the groceries to you. You can't get toilet paper. You contact me, and I mean that. I'm saying that right now. There is not a client that I'm saying that to that is too far for me to travel to and bring you some supplies, okay? Take me up on that, please, if you need it, okay? I'm talking, again, if you, like, just in a bind and you're like, oh my God, I can't get this, you let me know, okay? And we'll figure it out. I will get to the store and I'll grab whatever you need and bring it to you, free of charge, okay? This is not a service. We're not changing this out for an exchange of a session, no. This is complimentary. This is one of the services I want to provide. I want to make myself as useful as possible, okay? Now, I'll say right now, even though my schedule has gone down, it's been hit and impacted by this, yes, I'm still busy. As many of you know, I'm still in school as a student pursuing an online graduate degree. As some of you know, I'm still teaching at Georgia State, and what that looks like is we're teaching remotely right now online. So I do have obligations. I'm still training, a pretty good steady of clients as we're going along. And again, as I'm speaking to the clients that are still training with me, by the way, thank you very much again. I appreciate your entrust with me, your confidence that during this weird, unique time, you're still taking the time and investing it to our sessions, and that means a lot to me. I really do. I guarantee every single person watching right now, we can still get a very effective workout. And that's another point I want to bring up. It's always good to mix things up too with variety, It's really good to take advantage of, hey, let's do it this way and try an outside, explore the workout and see how we do with some different things that we normally don't do in our workout. These different pieces of equipment that we might not be using, but hey, let's go ahead and work it this way. So that's what I want to offer. I know that's a mouthful, but again, going back to it, if you need my help and you're just in a bind and you just are stuck at home and you feel like you're fearful to get out there, you call me, you text me, whatever, and Tarryn, I need help. I've run out of this. Can you please check? I think this store will have it. Go get this for me. I've got some extra time on my hands, and as you know, I'm the traveling trainer, so quite often, depending on what day or time it is, I'm in various places. I live in Smyrna. I work mostly in Buckhead, but I do have traveling clients around the vicinity too. So that's a mouthful. I'm about, 17 and a half minutes recorded in. Let's stop there because that's a lot of information right now. Again, as I mentioned, just a few more things, please, if you could just provide me just maybe a minute or two to finish up on this. This is the very first video of this playlist that I'm going to make dedicated to my clients. I'm going to make this a generalized video playlist. What I mean by that is that this, if you need help with different types of exercises, what to do on your own, I'm going to foreseeably take my camera into my gym over at Wildwood Athletic Club. That's one of the ones that hasn't closed yet. And hopefully be able to demonstrate some of the workouts for you from that camera lens. I'm going to take it in there, record it, and you're free and welcome to watch them. And that way I can maybe give you some advice and modifications and adjustments, how to do workouts with that equipment. In my office here down the hall, I've got a gym down there that I could record some of the exercises as well. And then again, I wanted to make this of some type of value and give back and be able to help during this time, because I know a lot of you are, again, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, very affected by this. I do hope that by the time that this thing all settles and the dust clears, again, this has hit all of us with some type of impact, socioeconomic and culturally and globally, and you name it. I hope that we can get back to, quote, normal soon. I know kids are out of schools. I know we're not supposed to go to restaurants. Again, this has really impacted so many people on so many levels. So if you're watching me right now, you've made it to the end of the video. Good luck. Be safe. Be healthy. Be productive. I want you to be at home and make use of that time. Most importantly, on top of being healthy and safe, I want you to spend this time right now with your loved ones. I'm not trying to be too serious here for a second, but I really do mean it, that if there are people that are closest to you in your life and they are your loved ones and you care for them, I want you to spend quality time with them. Get to know them. This is a great opportunity to do that because some of us are probably going to be stuck with some of the people that we love most. And so get to know them and just tell them it's going to be okay. Encourage them that they're going to be all right, and share my information as far as with them. Hey, let's work out together. Like if it's a loved one, a spouse, a friend, get them down in your basement or outside your house and do some exercise with them. Go for a power walk with them. Whatever. You be creative. This is the time for all of us to kind of be creative, so to speak. So I do, again, let me say again, I wish you the best of luck. Thank you so much for not only being an entrusted client, but a great friend of mine. I appreciate it. We're going to get through this. I'm going to continue to send these videos on my playlist. So let me wrap up by saying I'm not going to respond back to you and email you these directly. If you want these videos, feel free to please subscribe to my channel. And by the way, also, I forgot to mention this. There is other content on my YouTube channel. There is a whole Go Tarryn Personal Training playlist dedicated to where I interview other professionals, mostly in the health and fitness industry, personal trainers, group exercise instructors, massage therapists, physical therapists. So take advantage of that too. I encourage you. I always like to provide good, free content with quality. You know, content is very important to me. So I encourage you, take a look at one of those video blogs. And just, you know, again, a lot of them emphasize on healthy eating because that's another one I didn't even mention about this right now. But as you know me, please make sure that you're eating healthy. And if you need me, you contact me. You've got my cell phone. You've got my email. You're probably connected with me on social media. You know how to find me. So you get a hold of me. And if you're watching me again, I encourage you to either continue the workouts with me or on your own, and let me know if I can be of some help and service to you. Thank you very much. This is Tarryn the Traveling Trainer ending today's #1 video of this playlist. Best of luck to you, and I will see you guys very soon. Thanks.